right, everybody, here we are. I promised you a second part to episode 1. So here we are in the 1981 Camaro Z28. I'm actually going to put my hat on because I don't really like the way my hair is looking. So anyways, here we are. We're in the 81 Camaro Z28. I promised you we'd do a better video on her because she was filthy last time. So here we are. It is May the 4th. I have my Porg t-shirt on. For those of you who have not met me yet, I have a mild obsession with Porgs. I don't know why. I just like Porgs. They're funny. The reason they exist is a funny story. So on Skellig Michel, or however you say that properly. So the island in Ireland actually had a puffin infestation. So rather than rendering out all of the birds, the great people at Skywalker or at Lucasfilm or whoever decided to come up with taking these birds and rendering them into these other birds. So thus the reason Porgs were born. So these fictitious little mischievous animals go through and just wreak havoc and like wires and stuff like that. So inherently, this is obviously going to be the thing that I like because we like to chase these things down in cars, right? We like to have fun with these things, and that's what this is all about. So happy May the 4th to you guys, and May the 4th be with you. So get that little bit out. I'm going to put the steering wheel down a little bit more here. That way you can see me a little bit more. But anyways, back to the 81 Camaro. So let me pull out my notes here. So this car was actually a pretty interesting car to do some research on because I never actually really looked up to see what the numbers were on this car until doing this episode, really. So it's going to be kind of fun doing this on all of my cars because some of my things I know exactly what it is. I know how rare it is, blah, 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 blah. I have a unicorn. I do have a one-of-one car, everybody. Really cool car. We'll get to an episode on that. I got a car back into my life the other day. It lives up in Northern California, so we'll bounce to an episode on that 1 week coming up here shortly. But as for the Camaro, again, I keep getting off topic. Obviously, you've noticed that we're going to have this problem a lot. So if I haven't told you earlier in this episode, and as I said in the last episode, if you like what you're seeing and enjoy this, please comment, like, do what you want to do. Hit that subscribe button down here in that area down there. And yeah, let's get going here. So in 1981, my Camaro Z28, total built was 52,000 cars, guys. 52,000. How? Where did all those cars go? 52,000 cars total. So of those 52,000 cars built, there were 16,000 white cars. So that's a lot of cars. 16,000? It's pretty ridiculous. This particular car is a white car with blue striping package. Literally, that's what it is. When we do a walk around, we'll show you where we're at. We're actually at a pretty cool place right now. But let's finish some of these stats first. We have standard blue vinyl interior, and let's go ahead and do the Fisher body decode now. I'll go ahead and put a little window up with a picture here. But as we go through it, B stands for 1981, 06 stands for June, C stands for the third week. The next set of numbers is 1FP87L. That is just another grouping of numbers that we're going to break out right now. Then we'll have another set of numbers also at the end of that. So let's just break through them now, and we'll go through that. So the 1 stands for General Motors. F is F body, because it's a Camaro, obviously. P stands for Sport Coupe. This is one confusing thing that I kind of had on Camaros that didn't really make sense. It's a Sport Coupe, and it's a hard top. This car is neither of those things. This car is a T-top. So let's keep going, and I'll get into that. The L stands for Los Angeles, and then there is a 140934. That is actually the body number from Fisher. So I'm guessing that's the amount of F bodies made in this body. I don't really know. If you have that information, enlighten me, please, because I'm very curious as to what that means. So, as we keep decoding, 26R stands for blue vinyl interior. 11L, which is white on white, and the W stands for water-based paint. Yes, you can still get lacquer paint and enamel paint in these years on these cars. So, all possibilities, all different designations on your Fisher body plate tag. A51 stands for those bucket seats. CC1. So this is a designation that actually still travels through all the way up until the newer cars. So we're going to do another episode on my other Camaro that I have. I have a 2002, just a standard 6-cylinder car. Nothing special. My buddy actually is the caretaker for that car because I can't have it at my house because I have too many cars. But we'll get into that. But CC1 stands for T-top, and it carried its designation all the way through for 30 years. So, kind of an interesting kind of thing that, or what is that, 20 years, I guess, 20 years. And I'm sure if they brought it'd be cool if the people that turn the newer 5th gen cars designated that as a CC1 option. That'd be kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. People there, they had a really cool little... I don't know. I think that was an ML. I think it was a V8 one, though. It sounded mean, actually. But anyways, so CC1 stands for T-top. U381262335. That actually all stands for things. So U is actually a blue steering column. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the camera here. So if you look here, all of this is blue. So this is actually like a feature to have this all be blue. You could have actually gotten an option to make that not be blue. So I guess if you were a weirdo and got that all like a weird color and have the build sheet and knew that, you could have a one-of-one car, which would make that car kind of rare, I guess. I don't know. I'm just talking now. But anyways, blue on blue, that's what the U stands for. 3 actually stood for power windows. The 8 stands for a Z28. And 126235 is the plant batch code. So I'm guessing that's maybe the weekly batch or daily batch number that might increase by 1 every time they build cars or something. I don't know how that used to work. Again, if you know these things, please enlighten me. I'd love to know more about how that kind of worked back in the day. If you'd like to help decode the VIN, let's go ahead and decode the VIN here. My VIN number is 1G1AP87L6BL170372. So, a 1 stands for the USA, G stands for General Motors, 1 stands for Chevrolet Division, A is non-passive. I don't know what that means. If anybody, again, please, enlightenment. P is Camaro Coupe / Z28. 87 stands for Sport Coupe Camaro. Again, why are they doubling up on this? This is kind of a confusing thing. Please enlighten me. L again stands for 350 cubic inch, 175 whopping horsepower coming out of that. I don't know, this 305 might be making more horsepower than that. I'm not going to lie. She's got headers, a Holly on her, and a Performer intake. She might be doing a little better than 175. I would say probably 210. If anyone's got a dyno and you want to run her, let me know. We can always do it. 6 is the check digit in our VIN number. B stands for 1981. L is the Van Nuys plant. And then 170372 is the car number produced at the Van Nuys plant. So, going through that is kind of all I have on the numbers. If you guys want to do a walk around, we can definitely do a walk around on this car right now. I'm going to grab all of my technology here. Don't judge me for my makeshift cup holder. that I have here on the side. Yeah, so I'm going to take a drink of this, and let's head out of the car. Ugh. Favorite drink ever, by the way. You know what it is. Drink that and water, mostly. That's all I mostly drink. My dome light still works in this car. Only thing that really doesn't work in this car is the air conditioning and the heater. Heater core leaks. Miserable heater core to do. So yeah. So I'll catch you on the other side of the car, guys. All right, everybody. Here we are. So we're in a pretty cool place right now. I guess I'm gonna try to have a theme here. We're gonna try to go to some pretty cool places here in Southern California and Northern California to shoot these videos. So as for today, we're back on episode 1, part 2 of my 81 Camaro Z28. So on the windshield there, you see my build sheet. We'll get into that a little closer here after our walk around. So right now we are actually at the Nixon Museum. So right next to me right here is a Sikorsky VH-3A, I believe is what it is. It's a Sea King helicopter. This is actually the one that President Nixon famously left the White House on. So kind of a cool thing. So if you're ever here in the area, really cool place. That's actually President Nixon's, the house he was born in. And this place just went through a full extensive remodel pretty recently. So if you're looking for something to do after social distancing and all this crazy stuff is over, highly recommend coming here. And if you buy a membership, you do actually get to go to all the presidential libraries. So one of these trips, I want to go do the Reagan Library, see if we can get a car underneath Air Force One maybe. So might be kind of cool. So as for the 81 here, though, way more presentable than we've seen it last time. Ooh, little Chevelle over there. Funny. Sorry, let me get my train of thought back. So here we are, kind of a cool image here. The Camaro with a Sikorsky helicopter. Kind of cars of the same vintage-ish. 81, 67, not really, but helicopter, very similar helicopter that they still use to this day, and it's a pretty big helicopter. But here we are. As you can tell, I was joking last time. This car, the paint on it is really not that bad. This is original paint on it. As I said, when you get close, it's not the best, but it is original. So, I mean, 39-year-old paint, people. Excuse the technology in the windshield. And as I said, the lack of cup holders in this car is the only thing that I really can complain about, because I like cup holders. So, yeah. The Benz is the only thing that I know that doesn't really have cup holders also, that it gets a little bit annoying on. But yeah, here she is. And these bumpers are terrible, so this is the one thing I am going to paint. I need to paint this rear bumper because as this hot Southern California air here keeps just beating on this thing, it's going to start drying it out more and more, and the bumper is just going to essentially deteriorate just like they do on my C3 Corvettes. So you don't want that to happen. Or then you wind up having to buy really expensive fiberglass bumpers, and you got to paint those. And so I'm just going to paint that one white and get it pretty close and go from there. Might even color match it. We'll see. But same thing with these lower pieces. They're just made of rubber, so they just got to get cleaned up. Yeah, nice little daily car. Like I said, it's not perfect. Here is the build sheet from it. Kind of a unique thing that you can see. She was actually ordered at Patterson Chevrolet over in La Mirada, California. That's kind of a cool little thing. I'm going to set the phone down for a second, guys. Okay, and we're back. So, yep. So this one actually came from underneath the rear seat. So they are in three places usually. Underneath the front driver's seat. So mine was there, but it was completely mangled and in pieces, and only about half of it still existed. I have it in a baggie somewhere. If I ever find it, I can post those. But yeah, kind of funny thing. That one, like I said, came out from underneath the back seat. I think it was in the back actually, so I had to unbolt that, but well worth it. Got it out. And allegedly there is one under the gas, on top of the gas tank, but obviously you have to drop the gas tank, and there's no guarantee that it hasn't deteriorated either. So one kind of crazy thing with that. My air induction hood does work, but it does not work. So when you put 12 volts to the clicker, it definitely clicks, but the little actuator, I don't know what it actually clicks to. So yeah, I love when people park next to you when you're doing things, and you're just like, really? So I'm going to set the phone down, and we're going to open this hood. I'm just going to keep talking here. I don't know if you guys have ever owned one of these, but the hood is a nightmare to open on them. The latch is actually underneath the left side there, way up under. You got to pull that as well as pick up on the hood. So this is my 305 that I put in this. One of the first motors I kind of helped my dad assemble, and we threw it together, and came out of an 82 Berlinetta actually. But very, very bone stock-ish. Believe it or not, this shroud actually came out of the 82. So funny. The metal part was out of my car, but the shroud came out of the 82, and it literally bolts up that well. Really funny. Has some headers on it. Funny story, when we actually built this car, I was just looking to put headers on it just because I figured, oh, like it needs whatever umph it has. It's a little 305. So we put these headers on it, and I actually went through 3 different pairs of headers, and I was almost just over it and almost put on just standard manifolds again. But we went to the Pomona swap meet, and I found this $30 set of headers, and they just worked. Even the collectors bolted up. That was the funniest part about all of it. So yeah, really funny kind of story on that. So they've been on here and they've never leaked. They sound great. Car has Flowmasters on it from 25-30 years ago, and they sound great also. They have just true duals that dump out stock right at the trunk. I always joke that it has 37.5 horsepower because I used extra parts. But like I said, it probably is right around 200, 210. If anyone ever wants to dyno it, let me know. Someday I'll make the air conditioning work maybe. And if I ever want to pull that fender off, we'll do that heater core. But not in my life anytime soon. I'll just drive something else. But yeah, just a cool little weekend driver that I drive on the weekdays. Some days I drive it on the weekends. I try to give everything a fair kind of drive because obviously when you have as many cars as I do, you can't really choose favorites. But it happens. But yep, here we are in the 81. So what's up, everybody? Just a supplemental part to this video. This duck right here, he likes the Camaro, I think. He's been literally sitting here with it for the last few minutes. With it running, with it not running, he doesn't really care. Yeah, chillest duck I've met. You have anything to say, Mr. Duck? Yeah? Is that right? Well, I think the duck's a Chevy fan. which is a good thing. Is that right, Mr. Duck? He's just kind of here, man. But yeah, the Duck approves of the Camaro Z28. He probably is going to let one of his avian friends know that the car is clean and ready to be pooped on. Yeah, is that right? You know what? I'm up to your schemes. Oh, he's off. He is off. He's about to go alert everybody that I know that he's going to tell everyone my car is clean and it is time to be pooed on. All right. Well, this ends Mr. Duck's adventure here. I think he's going to go back to wherever he goes. But that ends this episode, guys. I just wanted to say thank you for being over at the Nixon Library with us for the other part of the episode. Parking lot just started getting a little full, so I just wanted to come and do a different parking lot to finish it. We're here at beautiful Cal State Fullerton, right off the freeway, as you can see. And this is Mr. Duck, guys. Mr. Duck apparently likes the Z28. So we'll put a few cool pictures up there with him and of the car, of course. Maybe that's the picture right there. All right, guys. Have a good one. Bye.